Dominic Choi was sworn in earlier this month as the interim chief of the LAPD.
And we are honored to be joined by Chief Choi live in studio. That's kind of a tongue twister this morning. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thanks
it's great
for
to meet
me.
you. So you've been with the department for nearly 30 years. You know the department inside and out, but you did make history, and I know you're probably sick of answering this question, as the first Asian American chief of the LAPD. You are opening doors for so many people who are coming after you. How does that feel, and how have you seen the department evolve over the years you've been with it?
Well, to your first point of your question, I've never looked at myself as being the first in this or that. I've always prided myself in just working hard and letting my work ethic and my results speak for itself. But I will tell you, being in this position is slightly different. I'm truly realizing that I am a role model for not just the Korean American community, or the API community, for all communities. That LAPD is diverse, that we value diversity, and that we are acting on that. And so I'm proud to be the first API leader of this organization, and excited to see what the months ahead have to offer. So that's and I'm honored and humbled.
Well, that's, I just think of little boys and little girls, and recruitment is an issue, right? But now they can see themselves in your job, where maybe they couldn't see themselves before. So it's really, really great. What new ideas are you bringing to the department that you want to get out there?
Well, again, so as the interim, when I first started, my goal was to create stability in the organization and just move forward with some initiatives that we already have. So I won't say they're new ideas, but I think it's a new approach of moving forward the initiatives that we already have. So I talked about earlier a strategic plan that we have that goes out to 2025. That includes employee wellness and morale. That includes crime reduction and community engagement, and as well as hiring and retention. So I'm going to continue to move those things forward, but I'm going to do it in my leadership style, kind of my own personal twist.
What is that style?
I think it's accountability and taking control and leading the organization, but also letting my leadership team, which I think is a great leadership team, my senior staff and my captains, and even down to lieutenants and sergeants, to be able to make decisions, own those decisions, as long as they have good rationale and support for making those decisions. I'm going to support those decisions, empower them to lead their groups of during the organization. So.
And I know you know everyone well because you've been with the department for so long. I want to get to some news that was just broken within the last week or so. You announced a task force on burglars who are coming from South America, these organized crime rings, and burglarizing homes in wealthy areas of LA. So where does that stand? What are you doing with that? Well,
so first, just so everyone knows, these are not new theft groups. These have been in Los Angeles for quite some time. What we've seen is an uptick in activity, so we want to address it. So how we're going to address it, we already have in place a group called Major Theft Task Force, MTTF. That group, now we're going to expand and focus primarily on serial residential burglaries. So this smaller group, over the past year, 2023, made 37 arrests, and they were all South American theft group members. So because we're seeing this increase, we're going to expand this task force, have more detectives and officers involved, identify various players that we haven't had resources in the past to watch and follow up with. So we will provide resources to do that, and hopefully we can reduce our burglaries. Now, I will tell you, Tuesday at Commission, I said our burglary numbers have kind of flattened. We're only up this year by 0.2%, which is only 4 burglaries over last year. So, people are thinking, well, why are you focusing on burglaries then if it's only up 0.2%? Our commercial burglaries are down. Our residential burglaries are actually up. So together they've averaged out. So that's the real picture is our residential burglaries are up. And so we need to address it.
Do you find that most of them are being committed by the same people?
I can't say that because there's a large number of them, but I know that the South American theft group activity has increased, so that's one place where we can focus on and address to reduce those numbers.
You're going to need officers to do that, though, right? And police departments across the country, especially here in Los Angeles, really hemorrhaged officers the last few years. The pandemic took a toll. The protests around the country took a toll on police departments. How are you going to try to get people back in under your leadership?
Into the
police
task force or
department.
to the department in
The
general?
department in general.
So yeah, so we're obviously, I think in January of 2019, we were at 10,103 sworn, and we're now at 8866. So
It's a significant
we're
reduction.
almost 1,200 below.
Yeah.
We were. So we've been focusing on recruiting, and I know we have been focusing, but this effort now this year, we're really spending time going out and hiring seminars. What we found is when a candidate who's interested talks to an officer, that really pushes them to the next step of filling out the application and then taking the multiple choice test, starting the process. We can market, and we're going to continue to market social media, mainstream media, those things, but that only gets the candidates so far.
Right.
To really get them to take that next step, you got to meet. We've found that we have to meet them in person. We've had a lot of what we call pocket tests, going out into the field, hiring seminars. People come, and once they talk to people, we offer the test on site.
Oh, wow.
And many people, upwards of 50 up to 100 per event have been sitting down to take the test on site.
Wow.
So that's been working, and I talked about this earlier as well. January and February, our application numbers have just skyrocketed. We have 1,200 plus applications in January, 1,167 in February,
Okay.
and we're hoping that trend continues.
Wow, okay.
That's great. Just in my reporting over the years, police have always told me the community is the most important resource we have in solving crimes and preventing crimes and keeping an eye on their neighborhoods. But of course, there have been issues with the community not trusting police. What are we doing to bridge that gap?
Well, absolutely. The community has always been our force multiplier. Like you said, they're going to be our witnesses. They're going to be the people that give us that little bit of information that gives us enough to solve a crime. So we have several problems. Community Safety Partnership Bureau, the policing philosophy of going into underserved neighborhoods, engaging with that community, not just officers in general, but the same group of officers having repeated contacts with the community members. So they're actually building relationships. They're not just making contacts. We have 11 sites. We're opening up another site this month, and hopefully later in the year we'll have one more site opened up. Again, that's resource intensive. Every site has 1 in 10 officers that are consistently at the same location. It's proven to be very effective. Every one of those sites that we have already shown a reduction in crime. So we know it's successful. Again, resource intensive, we're short people, but we have to continue that model. What we need to do is institutionalize that philosophy so all of our officers, regardless of what they're doing, know how to engage community members and have repeated contacts, educate them on what resources are available in the city, and really empower them to be more independent and sustain themselves even if they're in an underserved community. That has seemed to work, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
It's all about building relationships.
It's always about relationships. Again, the community can't be safe without us, and the officers can't do their job without the community.
Yeah,
So.
Works hand in hand. Well, Chief, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. We can't wait to continue to have these conversations in the weeks and months to follow. So thank you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here.